I've got some I've got something very cool and new that I'm doing, and I wanted to invite you to be a part of it. At Home with Mindy and Eric. Now, what is this? It's being at home with us. And it could be anything from us cooking and talking and laughing and pairing it with wine and music in our kitchen, or it could be us sitting and talking about different things that are a part of our lives, our travels, our careers, and we want you to share it with us. So join in, we'll post them up, and we hope to see you there. For now, enjoy At Home with Mindy and Eric.
Hey, so
Yeah.
are you familiar with this podcast thing? I heard there's only like one or two out there in the world. Are you familiar with this?
I've heard about it. I think it's pretty new. Maybe we could be one of the first ones to come out.
You want to do a you want to do a podcast?
Let's do a podcast. We'll come up with a cool name.
Okay. Well, I saw a little intro video that you did there. Very nice, by the way.
Thank you.
You look banging today.
Mm.
And
Hey.
so I like the idea. I think this is great. So today, let's talk about something that is near and dear to us, right? And the reason
Our
why. What's that?
Our cat?
Oh yeah, I'd do 10 podcasts on the kitty.
Okay, maybe in time,
Yeah,
now that we'll be official kind of podcast type of people.
maybe we'll have the kitty on one.
Yeah.
All right, we'll do a kitty cam, but it'll have to move around after. The reason I got my boots on today with a lot of dirt on them, I got my hat on, just kind of dressed down, than the fabulous self that you see walking around the house all the time, of course.
Of
right?
course.
We were out in the vineyard today in Napa Valley, and we were in Oakville. And my goodness, was it just a tremendous, beautiful morning, wasn't it?
It was amazing. I mean, like mid 80s. I think I got a tan. Did I get a tan?
It's, you know what? I had to turn the lights up a little bit in the room because it was
You
just, you were just,
Yeah.
couldn't see you.
Your shoes got super dirty. I mean,
Badge of honor.
super dirty.
Yeah, it's a badge of
And
honor.
mine didn't for some reason. So what does that say about you?
I'm like a wild boar. I'm just rooting around the vineyard, you know?
What happens with you in the vineyard that
I know, right?
I was in the same vineyard walking along the same path?
Well, listen, we went to a studio last week for the Whiteboard song we're going to talk about.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
My shoes got a little bit dirty there, you know?
They did not.
Yeah, sure. Yeah. So what's the first thing that we do when we do anything? Like wine tastings, anything.
Cheers.
And we have a little bit of Whiteboard in your glass right now.
I do.
What?
I have.
It's getting real.
Yeah, I think this is the second bottle of Whiteboard we've opened. So
2023.
Cheers.
There you go. Cheers. All right, let's have some fun.
All
right. So since we were in Napa.
Yeah.
I want to talk to you about, let's relive the story, because we were in Oakville, and if, you're familiar with Napa, you're still learning it. You lived there for a year, but it's still a little confusing with all the appellations, right? And downtown Napa Valley is where we lived.
Yes.
Right? And then as you go up, it's Yountville, there's Coombsville, there's Yountville.
St. Helena.
Oakville.
Yeah.
Rutherford.
Yeah.
St. Helena, Calistoga. And up on the mountains are all the really cool stuff like Hallam Diamond.
Yeah.
Oakville is where we were today, and that is the place where Robert Mondavi is, Opus One, Screaming Eagle, Harlan, all that, just the best of the best.
Yeah.
Before we get there, we lived in right outside downtown Napa, right?
Yeah.
Do you remember?
I know where you're going with this because you want to talk about where we started our business, which is the impetus for this wine.
Yeah.
Which is the impetus for our new project, Whiteboard.
It was like a really important moment. So we were living.
It was.
We were living in Hollywood. No, where were we living? Oh, we were living in Manhattan Beach.
Manhattan Beach.
And we had the girls, and Jordan just graduated high school.
Yep.
So and went off, and so Madison was with us, and we moved to
Napa.
Yeah.
I gotta say, living in Napa was a little crazy.
Yeah, it was. And I worked there for so many years, and it was actually much different than I thought.
Well, you worked there, but you didn't live there. You lived in Sonoma.
I know. And I found that it wasn't like the best place to live, funny enough, where everybody thinks that it would be a cool place to live.
I thought Napa was going to be amazing. It was. I mean, Napa's amazing.
Right.
It's Disney, but you don't want to live in Disney.
No.
I feel like we didn't find our people there. Living here in Sonoma now, we found our people. We have super nice people. They're real. They're smart. They're engaged.
Well, and
Whereas Napa was like kind of the haves and the have-nots. It was either, super foofy winery owners, or it was the people who were working in them that, were like in the
right.
vineyards.
But the people I thought were all very nice. They
They
were
were, they
definitely
were,
all very nice. It just the people that were that owned a lot of the wineries and stuff would just come and go. But that's fine to me. And it was more touristy because there's only
yeah,
one or two roads, and all of that is totally fine to me. I don't have an issue with that. We have obviously a very famous little town now here in Healdsburg. Easy to say, right? But
you haven't drank enough.
what I thought the biggest issue was, one of the things was eating out at restaurants.
Oh my
We
God.
had Madison. She was in high school. Can't be
Yeah.
going to French Laundry, Bouchons, and all these
No,
awesome places all the time. Press
no.
mustards, all this stuff. So
You can't do that even if you don't have a kid in high school. Like,
yeah.
you can't eat at, a $200 dinner kind of place every night. It's
Yeah.
just not right. But there's
I think
nothing.
we almost do that now, and
Maybe.
uh,
We cook a lot.
yeah.
But I mean, it was either kind of McDonald's or a down and dirty like burrito place, or it was French Laundry or,
Right.
Torque or
Yeah, so there
something
was
crazy.
nothing in the middle. There was
Right.
no, place to go out and get a good whatever, sandwich, ribs, all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
That was very interesting to me. But we lived in a little place called Browns Valley.
Yep.
Which is like kind of a little filet mignon of Napa there outside
Great.
Madison went to Napa High School.
Yeah. And do you
And-
remember what was the best thing about the house we rented? Well, there were
Oh,
a
yeah,
couple
yeah,
best
yeah,
things. Okay.
Yeah.
The people we rented the house from,
Yeah.
who was it? Do you
So,
remember?
Yeah, I sure
Of course
do.
you remember.
Armand. So I worked with this guy at Kendall Jackson,
Yeah.
and he was the head of Screaming Eagle at the time. I don't know if it was
Crazy.
I know, right? So him and his wife had this house, and they were renting it out, and it was perfect for us. And we did a 1-year lease because we were coming in town for me to work at Vineyard 29 up in St.
Yep.
Helena, $300 Cabernet, and it was a
Crazy.
100-point Cabernet. It was the best wine of any winery I've ever worked for.
Absolutely.
Not to say that Gary Farrell was the best Pinot, absolutely, champagnes, all that stuff. But there was something about Vineyard 29 that was absolutely amazing. You know what I
missed
mean?
that wine.
Oh
my God.
it was just tremendous. It still exists. We could still get it.
I know.
I didn't take enough on the way out, but I quickly realized it was a tiny little winery in St. Helena, and I did all I can do there.
Yeah, yeah.
It was about a year.
You turned it around.
And I left.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden we're at home in Napa, sitting there going, "Yay! What do we do now?"
I know.
You had a tour schedule. You're busy, right?
Yeah.
And Madison had a couple more years in high school, so we decided to kind of figure something out there.
I always look back at that because, I think that, it's something that people talk about, that you should blue sky think,
Yeah.
that you should kind of dream with your partner about what your life should be, or, with just yourself, what should my life be?
Right.
What would my perfect life be? And I love that we actually did it.
Yeah.
That we actually sat down with each other.
I mean,
and
it's real. It really can happen.
yeah.
Actually, what we put down on that whiteboard,
Yeah.
what wasn't actually as cool as what's going on now.
Yeah. So that whiteboard that we had in your little office area,
Yeah.
upstairs, we had the whiteboard, and we just got a bottle of wine. I think it turned into 2.
I mean, it's just a crazy thought that we started writing things down about, creating this world for us.
Yeah.
And you don't know if anybody's going to do it with you. I mean, how do you know? We say, okay, we're going to need hundreds or thousands of people or tens of thousands of people to join us on this journey, and what would appeal to them. And that's what we started to,
But it wasn't
plan
about
out.
what was going to appeal to anyone else. It was about what would appeal to us.
Good point.
I mean, literally, we were sitting there kind of bearing our souls for what would make us the happiest.
Right.
It wasn't about our kids necessarily. We knew our kids would be fine. They're about to be out of high school. We got them.
Your job was about making me miserable every day, about bringing boys home. That was easy.
Yeah, that was, whew.
Those days are over.
Those days are over.
Let's do another cheers.
Yeah, cheers.
Yay! Wait, let's do an applause, right? Because I think we need an applause on that
No
one.
more boys.
Yay, right?
One's going to want to marry one of our girls one day.
Hey, let's not even go there. Where I'm trying to have a good time right now.
Okay, we're having a good time. Okay, so we're talking
No
about
guy out there that's worthy.
putting down our deepest emotions, our deepest thoughts, on this whiteboard.
Right.
And that's, I think, a testament to we actually did it. You know, people
Yeah.
talk about it, you read about it, you should, you know, look after what your perfect life is going to be, live your best life. We put it down in words, and
Now-
that was tough.
Now, but we did think about it, that actually we had to live off of it a little bit, right?
Right. We were
It's
realists.
not like, hey, I want to like play with ants and no one's going to really, you know.
Right. I want to be surrounded by bunnies every day and just, you know.
You go to Bunny Island off the coast of Japan, I think it is, right?
Yeah. One day.
Oh,
One day.
Man, that place is crazy. But you also have to root your dreams in something that can make you happy also by, you know, still paying for life and all those things.
Yeah.
And offering a quality products. And I hate to say call them products, but like what you do, the songs and the show, it's a product, if you will, right?
Sure.
And the wine and all this stuff. And so the fact that you figured that out, and we were fortunate to launch our wine company, and everything started to really take off from there. It was a beautiful thing.
Yeah, I always look back to that as kind of this pivotal moment for us. You know, we started our business, we decided to take a chance on each other, trust each other's talents,
and work together.
Yeah.
As a husband and a wife team.
Yeah, I've been told that's a no-no.
I know. Been best partner I've ever had in my life.
I know, I agree.
All right, cheers.
Cheers!
I just want to use the sound effect.
I know, I love that sound effect.
I know.
Use it all the time.
I just, you know, we should have it on in the house all the time.
Okay, I'd like that.
Hey, man, you made a great turkey burger. Yay!
Yay!
Yeah.
Okay, so looking back to that, our little company, I think we put out our first wine the end of 2019.
Right.
Our first 2 wines.
Yeah.
And I do remember, I believe our first offering, one of the wines was called Imagine. And we thought that we were going to use the cool image of, you know, the New York City Imagine with all the mosaic.
Yeah, and I'm not sure if a lot of people know that, but in New York City, is it Central Park? Yeah, it is in Central Park.
I think
up
so.
By the Natural Museum of History on the, I'm going to get this wrong, but west side. There, if you walk not too far from there, there's that little thing. I think I could.
Yeah, it's like a mosaic, white and, you know, black and white Imagine, and I had that all teed up. I was so ready to put that on the label, and I think one of your guys,
our winemaker, is like, "You can't do that, you knuckleheads." Now, by the way, I've been in marketing for wine forever, and here I'm putting an image on there, but that it's kind of proprietary image.
We didn't own it.
Tanked the whole thing right from there.
Yeah, I took the photo though in New York, so it was my photo. But okay. So we had a little bit to learn. But that first vintage, that first, offering was super cool. And little did we know, like the whole bottom of the world would drop out in a couple months with the pandemic. But we did all right.
So you fast forward it. Wine started rocking, adventure started rocking. Your tour schedule started getting crazier and crazier.
Yeah, after the pandemic
I mean, it's never been busier. People ask us all the time.
Yeah.
Right? Like, how are you guys everywhere all the time? And are you tired? Those are the 2 things we get.
I am tired. And yes, we are everywhere all the time. But it's nice to have nights like this.
Well, because we created something that we could be together, so we support each other on the road. Traveling or touring as a solo person. I was a solo business person before, and you were a solo artist before. Solo meaning, out in the world without
I had my
plus
brothers
one.
that were my band. Yeah. Still do.
It's still lonely. It's still the hotel rooms and all that stuff. So now we get to have fun. Every so often we're in a hotel room. We'll just stay an extra day if it's a nice place. Like, when you go out to Earl Klug's thing, man, and stay at the Broadmoor, I want to stay there for, 50 years. Cool place.
Genius.
And it's a beautiful thing.
Totally genius.
We still came up to something about 2 years ago and said, okay, we're doing great. Things are great. Awesome. But we need something more. You and I have a serious issue. I'm going to tell you right now, we have a serious issue.
We do.
We have many serious issues, like a back issue and my hip and all that stuff. But,
sure.
All right. It's totally different issues.
You were sporty. You're paying for it now.
Yeah, and I'm paying for it now. As long as you look fabulous, but
And hey.
Right?
I'd marry that.
We, you did. we wanted to do something, I mean, next level. It was a conversation we had well over a year and a half, 2 years ago, whatever it is now when this all came about. And we said to each other, we want to hit the next gear. The best song, the best wine that we can come across. And I know that we've been talking about this, and we got the best wine.
Oh, yeah.
You know, we've been out to the vineyard, that kind of stuff. But today was special for me. And last week was special for me because of the song in the studio. And today was special because it was like the first time that I was standing in that vineyard and felt a sense of excitement that it's coming in a couple months. You know?
You were right there. You were bonding.
Yeah.
You were bonding with the grapes. Okay.
But go ahead. What are you going to say?
Well, I was going to say we started this kind of entree into excellence.
Right.
You know, we started this whole idea that you would create the most amazing wine that was in your power to create, and I would create the most amazing song that was in my power to create,
And
we would do it about the wine.
And we're fascinated by people that are excellent. You and I just love excellence. We watch documentaries on the Rolling Stones or whatever. We love Thomas Keller because, you know, he's one of the best chefs in the world. You know, we just love Stevie Ray Vaughan. You love, you know,
excellence.
Like who in jazz would be a great example?
Miles Davis. Cannonball Adderley, Wayne Shorter.
Right.
You know, David Sanborn. They're all just immense careers, immense.
Lewis Hamilton in F1, for some reason, he's won more than everybody else. There's just Steph Curry. Can't watch him do that stuff enough. There's something absolutely fascinating, people at the top of their game. And you and I looked at each other and said, okay, we're not driving F1 cars, right?
No.
We don't have F1 money.
No.
We're not Steph Curry in front of tens of thousands of people every second.
But we can push each other to greatness.
In our own world.
Yes.
We could, And who knows if anybody's listening, drinking, whatever it is, because it matters to us, right?
It does. It matters greatly, and it's an amazing thing to embark on. Go create the most amazing thing you can. So we created Whiteboard.
Well, by the way, when you say that too, then the pressure hits.
Like, I feel that.
Oh shit!
Right.
We got to create the best song and wine that we can.
Pressure's on.
Right. Like, ooh, you know, then especially when you come out, so to speak, when you come out and say, Whiteboard is a thing, here we come.
Yeah.
Then you put it out to the universe, and then you got to deliver.
Yeah. Right. Which we've been working at the Whiteboard wine for quite some time. It's been maybe over a year now that we've been, you know, behind the scenes and with winemakers and different, you know, all kinds of stuff. So I got a question for you.
Yeah. Got to raise your hand.
Oh, come on.
Mindi.
Thank you. I knew you were going to get to me. Okay. So as a wine guy, you're looking for your very best possibility. I'm a civilian. I think most people are. How do you go about making the best wine you can make? I mean, you have to find, I mean, you're a winemaker. You have made some amazing wine.
Made a couple
would you
wines
make
in
it,
my life.
or would you find a, you know, how do you go about it?
I think I think
most people don't know.
A good question. And because, you know, it's not an easy thing and you got to know people, you know, you could buy your way into things, but it costs a lot and at a high level. Right. And you know, even if you buy your way into things, the magic still sometimes doesn't happen. You can get the best consulting winemaker, you can get the best vineyard, you could go buy something for 20 million bucks and all that stuff. We have a couple quivers in our, you know, in our couple arrows in the quiver.
Nice archery. I mean,
and I screwed it up. We have multiple quivers in our archery. You didn't know that? In our arrows. You can't have that. You have arrows in a quiver.
You just pull that out of your...
By the way, can you tell me something? Because you went to a much better college than me. What's a quiver? Do you know?
Yeah, it's an arrow, right?
No, it's an arrow, isn't it?
It's an arrow.
Yeah, but why would it have two words?
A quiver and an arrow?
Yeah.
Lots of things have two words.
Like orange and orange?
No, you just pronounce it wrong.
Tomato and tomato? Is that what you mean?
Well, there's a song written about that.
I know, right?
Potato, it's potato.
All right, now I got a completely bunny trail. Well, first you gotta say to yourself, who's the best person to make it for us?
Okay.
And what's the best place that we want to start making it? Like, what's the absolute pinnacle? So the place is super easy. it's Oakville. I mean, Oakville is this absolute tremendous place. Now, for
Yeah, but
those,
Napa, Napa's a big
oh,
place.
Napa,
Why
Napa.
Oakville
Okay.
in Napa?
And we did consider Sonoma. We live in Sonoma.
Yeah, yeah,
And Alexander Valley to me were our big Cabernets. Well,
yeah.
actually, let's wind that back. To me, first you got to go Cab. Got to go Cab. It's the
Okay,
most
okay.
age-worthy. It's the big boy. It's the one that everybody loves.
Yeah,
We love it. We loved everything. Champagne, Pinot Noirs, that kind of stuff. And, someday we can do a Pinot and Russian River and that kind of stuff. But Cabernet is just the way to go because you can build a library. And the library to me is the legacy of the brand. It's a legacy of what we're doing.
yeah,
And like Pinots, you could build a library, but at some point it kind of falls off. This bottle right here, this vintage, can last far after you and I are gone. It's just a beautiful kind of thing the daughters can have and that kind of stuff.
yeah,
So, or people can have at home or whatever the case may be. And
yeah.
also, Cabernet ages in a way where it changes every year, and you can have multiple vintages. They're very vintage specific. So, for a lot of reasons, Cabernet was easy. Second was Napa. To me, I worked in Napa. It's funny, you said something to me. I was hell bent on Sonoma, remember?
I know you were.
I was hell bent on Sonoma. So I'm like, gotta do Sonoma, gotta do Sonoma. We
This
live in
is why
Sonoma,
we
it's
have these
Healdsburg.
conversations.
We're
We talk it
here,
through.
we're here, and you're like, hey, Rockstar there, you're like, you worked in Napa far longer than any winery you managed in Sonoma.
You lived in Sonoma, but you worked in Napa. I mean, come
Every
on.
day for 4 years, 5 years, and then on and off for many years. No,
Yeah,
no, for 5 years. And that was my commute. And I know every vine, I know every place, I know every crack in every road, I know every restaurant, and I do know Napa. I know it really well. And I didn't realize that because you just live it.
yeah,
And then if you're going to go cabs, you go Howell, Diamond, Spring. To me, though, the classics, the big boys, the real kind of shiny objects, the Vegas of the cabs, it's Oakville. It's Oakville because you got Harlan, you got Mondavi, you've got Screaming Eagle,
royalty.
you've got Silver Oak sitting right there, you got Royalty
Opus
sitting,
One.
Opus
You got the
One,
Tokalon
you
Vineyard
got
in
Nickel
Oakville.
and Nickel sitting right there, even though they push Rutherford on the edge there. The Tokalon vineyards, they're all there. And I don't know how this happened. We got a couple vineyard blocks for our Cabernet that sits literally overlooking Opus One and sits literally right next to Tokalon, Robert Mondavi.
Hmm.
And I love that because Robert Mondavi's my mentor in the business,
Yeah,
right? He started his business in his early 50s.
yeah,
He started Mondavi in his early 50s. To say that he revolutionized the business, and we're in our 50s now, and it's just a really perfect place. And it can
yeah.
create some of the biggest, most awesome wines in the world.
It was
So,
fun to be there today just to see it. I mean, I'm standing in our vineyard. We don't own the vineyard, but obviously we got all of our fruit from the vineyard, made the wine from this vineyard.
or,
I wish we owned the vineyard. But
and
I'm
Oregon.
looking out and there's Opus One. I mean, I could throw a stone
Okay, so
and hit Opus
I'm
One.
showing the picture right now.
Oh, are you?
And you can see right there, you can see Opus One in the background. I mean, it's the same, by the way, and it's the same everything, right? It's the same. What I mean by that is the same soil, same wind, same weather, same everything happens right in this vineyard.
Yeah, it's
That
not like
sits
it's the
right
next hill over,
No.
or it's not like it's on the other valley
With
floor.
wine, and with wine that could
right
matter.
there.
That could matter.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
yeah.
It could matter. So that was so awesome that we were there today. And we've been there, and I love that place. So anyway, to answer your question, that was easy. And then we have a very good friend of ours, Nick Goldschmidt, who's kind of, to me, he's a rock star,
He's amazing.
cult winemaker. He's not a cult winemaker. He has his own brands and everything. This guy's been making wine for 40 years, 30, 40 years from New Zealand. He's funny. Him and his wife, Yolan, they own an awesome company.
Yeah.
We went to him and said, man, we're starting this project. And you gotta ask someone who doesn't have the ego so big that they don't want to do it for you. They're not going to be the
He
hero
loves
of
you.
it. And he just was like, "This is awesome. I can't wait to do this for you." And we've had his wines, and they're some of our favorites we've ever had. So
Can I just say,
that's how it all came together.
every time I love that answer because every time we go out with Nick Goldschmidt and his wife,
My
Yolan,
goodness.
I try to bring you and I try and bring a wine
Uh.
that's gonna bowl him over.
Yeah.
That's gonna kill him.
I think we brought a Barolo last time, and he went, "Oh, Barolo." Pfft.
Well, no, the Barolo was great. We're drinking the
was
Barolo.
amazing. It was like the Cordero de Montezemolo where we went to, with our adventure, right?
Then he pulls out his cab from Alexander Valley. And we're drinking that, and I was just like, oh my God.
Yeah.
How can his wines be so good? Every time we try and one-up him, he one-ups us.
And
So it's good to just, you know,
and we went
if you
over.
can't beat him, join him.
He's a Kiwi, man. You got to watch out for these guys. They're sneaky. They're sneaky.
Sneaky. He's not sneaky. He just gives us good wine. I walked away from his house the last time we got together. I was plastered. I was so
I
drunk.
think it was 4 or 5 bottles between the 4 of us, man. I mean, he just kept going through
Oh,
them.
easy.
And you could not drink them because they were so damn good.
Each one was better than the last. And a lot of them were his. Not all of them, but I mean.
Well,
yeah.
They're awesome people. He's a tremendous winemaker. So to answer your question in a long way, it all came together. And now we have 3 vintages. We have the 23 in bottle, 24 is in barrel, and 25 is also in barrel. And it's a baby, you know, it's just harvested, going through secondary fermentation and stuff.
See, I love that
And
because
it's just a fun story.
You keep good people in your life. You worked with him 20 some years ago.
25, something like that. When we were in the same winery together. Yeah.
Yeah. And you've always stayed friends with them, and we've been good friends with them for years.
Yeah.
I always feel like that's how I am with Bud Harner, who's managed me for 5 million years, you know, signed me to my first record deal. You keep people that you respect and that you love and that you trust in your heart, in your life. And we're very much those people. I love that Nick's a part of this.
Like our kitty. Now let's shift that to the song, right? At some point you looked at me and said, okay, we got to come up with a name for the wine. And because every release is going to have number 1, number 2, number 3, number 4, number 5.
Yeah.
And I love what we do every month. If people are on our Whiteboard allocation list, you know, which means, you know, people are in a pecking order of how they get the wine, because we're only making like 400 bottles. Those should go pretty quickly. We send out a little journal entry where we are every month. I just love that because it makes me stop and think about what we're doing. But at some point, we had to come up with the name. We had to come up with the song. And that's kind of your expertise. Last time I checked.
It is.
Yes.
It is.
We're in the house that Jazz and Wine has built.
That's right.
So, and this is you, by the way, right there.
That's right.
Wait, where are you? There you are, right there.
Don't get creepy.
I took this picture, actually. Oh, yeah, I could touch your butt. Yay!
Don't touch my butt. No, it's my hometown.
I know.
It feels nice to be, you know, looking at Tampa Bay and the pier and the whole thing. That was Tampa Bay Blues Fest. We were rocking it. And you see Rodney's
got
afro.
Fro, man. Yeah, you got Arthur behind us here kicking. We didn't have Randy off to the side.
I know Randy didn't get in the shot. He was rocking. He was rocking somewhere to my left.
But the song. So talk to me about how the name of the wine came up, and then subsequently the song, and how we started. Now, we don't have a snippet for the song today, and I wish we did. We're almost there. It's almost done. You're putting the finishing touches on it, but let's kind of go. I'm getting ahead of myself.
It till it's,
I know, I'm getting ahead of myself. So go ahead. Tell me about how the song started, because it was really cool. It was kind of an epiphany.
Okay, moment, so we came up with number 1, the beginning. As
by the way,
the title.
Number 1.
Well, look, sometimes you just have to be simple. I'm not a complex person. I like to write songs with, 2-3 chords in them.
But number 1, no, how did you come up with number 1 if this was the first wine that we're making?
The beginning. Yeah, I think that's...
All right, yeah.
That's a gimme. Okay, number 1.
It's an awkward moment.
I know.
All right, go ahead.
Look, I wasn't more thoughtful than that. So number 1, the beginning, just give it to me.
Would you said that to me? I'm like, I was waiting for like the Eagle and the Crow, or these stupid names for restaurants, Salt and Plow. And
no,
you're like, the beginning. I'm like, all right, you're mailing this in, aren't you?
Peter White says you can be too clever.
Yeah, right.
Okay.
I'm like, are you doing this with me or not?
I never want to be that person that Peter White looks at and goes, he's just being clever.
He's just being clever.
I can't speak like him, but that was a bad, I'm sorry, Peter, I would do better. But I didn't want to be that, But I feel like the very beginning for us wasn't the beginning of our relationship. That was, 13, 14 or more years ago.
Right.
But the beginning of our company was the beginning of us working together, of this beautiful new life that we created, that now we get to live. It's pretty amazing. So you've got to start at the beginning and kind of what that felt like. And I felt like that was a real thing to write a song about, that was palpable, that I could emote about what those, those hours were that we were
Yeah.
really sitting in front of a whiteboard with a magic marker and a glass of wine and like creating what it was. So
Yeah.
for me, I like to drive and not think about anything specific and
It's
let
one of the
things come
few
in.
times that we're not around people and
Yeah.
we don't hear things in our ears a lot, you know?
Yeah.
I
For
mean, we
me,
would be horribly unhappy if we weren't around people and hearing things,
oh,
right? I mean,
yeah.
we need that 99% of the time. I know that.
Yeah.
But there is a 1%.
Yeah, I think as a creative person, and you're one because you come up with all the artwork and you've created so many labels and so many brands, you get it. That you really do have to kind of get inside your own head. You have to allow space
Mm.
for something to come out. So I would take walks, drives, and just kind of let
Now,
that space go.
do you write stuff down in the car if something comes up, or do you have something where you could speak onto it or your phone, or how do you remember lyrics and stuff, or do you just come up with the concepts and then you got to get somewhere to kind of write stuff down?
So in this, I actually, it's great to have a
And
phone that you can just sing
and by the way,
into.
you typically write songs with other people. You love collaboration.
I do.
So, this is one of the first I've seen you do on your own.
I'm a pretty social animal, so I like to write with other people, but this was personal. This was us. So I wanted to write it on my own. So I literally started singing into my phone the melody and a few lyrics, and then got kind of a
Oh.
verse. I didn't have all the lyrics or anything, but I had the melody.
So you had the melody. What comes first? It's always the
The
question that
melody.
everybody gives. Because some people, we've heard some famous musicians say the lyrics come first and they try to wedge the melody. And a
Mm.
lot of people say the melody and then the lyrics come afterwards. So,
Okay, so I had one melody that kind of was the impetus, with the lyrics. Sometimes they come together.
right.
Sometimes they're married. We're married. Hey.
I check that.
Okay.
Wait, 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 wait. Okay.
We're married. Okay, so the
Wow, my
very
bowl is still vibrating.
is it? Um, so the words, let's start at the beginning,
Hmm.
kept ringing in my head. And I wanted it to be just super personal.
Right.
I didn't want it to be some, big opening to a song. It wasn't that. It was just us in a room with, a bottle of
I
wine.
mean, the
So
next song might do that. Might explode like AC/DC. Boom. And by the way, this
I
isn't
like
a
that.
jazz
Number
song.
two, the
Yeah,
the rocker.
the rocker. No, but and this is not necessarily a jazz, pop, rock, whatever. You just went into it thinking you were writing a song, right?
Yeah, I had no preconceived notions as to I'm going to do a blues song or a jazz song.
Right.
I usually don't. I just kind of go with what moves me.
Yeah.
So I had let's start at the beginning. And I wanted it to be just this, almost just a conversation, that it was you and I sitting here like this and, going over how we would make this happen.
And we've said that before. The most powerful songs that we love are the ones that are most powerful that have a message.
Hmm.
It's interesting that in the first couple of sentences, it almost sets up an entire movie of a story. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
We know certain artists that could do that, where like Chris Stapleton, like when you listen to a couple sentences or verses, I'm sorry, I'm saying this incorrectly, like his first verse,
Yeah.
it's almost like you heard an hour-long movie and everything that just happened. And I think that's what you were capturing with this as well, because it was like,
Yeah.
I think the song is you talking to me pretty much,
It
right?
is. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a conversation. And for
Right.
my money, I took a bunch of writing classes in college, and I love people who can tell a story, and I love the thought process of it. You're supposed
It's not
to.
easy to do, by the way,
No, but you're
you know?
supposed to start with something that captures the entirety of a paragraph,
Right.
right?
In,
Kind of
in a couple words.
in a couple, that first sentence should, if you're writing an essay or something like that, you should capture what you're talking about. Then you can elaborate on it, and then you can
All right, so
kind of flush it out.
give
So,
me the first couple.
so let's start at the beginning.
Right.
Make it from the heart,
Okay. That makes sense.
you know? Uh,
All right.
you see, it.
Heard it a few times.
We'll write our perfect ending.
Right.
All we need's a spark.
There you go.
And the spark came from you when you put out the first thing about Whiteboard that we were going to do this. I remember that you called it a spark.
Well, and you know
And I
what?
was like, spark, what a beautiful word. Like, what an emotive
And
word.
it happened a couple times. It was then
It
on the
inspired
whiteboard,
me.
and also when we found out the whiteboard name was available. One of the hardest things in wine is to have a name that's available, because every knucklehead out there is like, oh, dog wine or opus
I
or
love my mom, wine.
pinnacle, or
Yeah.
yeah, I mean every cool word has been used. Babbling brook, awesome peak, they all have been
Bad
used.
girl
The
wine.
worst thing you could do is put out a wine, and probably Bad Girls have been used. There's been blank, there's been no name wine, everything. The worst
Yeah.
thing you do is launch a wine with all these bottles and everything, and have or a name of a song, or let's say, and you call it,
Yeah.
you call it something after another famous song, and yeah, it gets
I
screwed up
actually
with that
named
stuff.
an album Come As You Are, my
Yeah.
second album. And I still have people come up to me today and say, I loved your cover of Nirvana's Come As You Are. Obviously, they never heard the record because I've never covered
Come
Nirvana's
as
As You
you
Are,
are,
As You Were, As
as
I
I
want
want
you
you
to
to
be.
be.
I mean,
Oh,
look,
wow.
it's
Yeah,
not going to
yeah.
be a
I
roaring
remember the
saxophone.
unplugged version of that. That
So
was
it was
awesome.
awesome with the green sweater.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So, not everyone puts it together that you weren't covering a song, but yeah, the beginning, I think
All
we
right.
got away with it. And obviously Whiteboard for the name of the wine, we're good.
So we got to come up with number two, but let's not explode our heads right now. So, but
No.
okay, so let's talk about, you fast forward a little bit, you get into the studio just recently. You finally
Yeah.
got it all put together. You have a producer that's helping you out with this, John,
Yeah.
who's doing the piano parts and everything else, which is great.
Yeah.
These are all the highest level pros in the world.
Sure.
John was with Linda Ronstadt for a very long time. He's a
Yeah.
good guy. He's a phenomenal pianist, knows orchestral arrangements, the whole thing.
Yeah, he can
Right?
do it all and has.
And you go to create it, and we decided to go to a couple cool studios. Right? You went into some one little kind of a house of some
Yeah.
guy's room.
Yeah.
And I went with you because
Not everything has to be sexy.
the music doesn't care. I always say with wine, it doesn't matter if it's in a cool bottle or not. It's still wine. It's
That's
happy
right.
if it's in there, right? Taken care of. So you did kind of the guitar part, the bass part, the drum part,
Yeah.
right? In that studio.
Yep.
That's where those guys are.
Yeah.
But then the real cool stuff, and that was very cool, started to happen when we went to right outside of Beverly Hills. So were we in Beverly Hills?
No, we were right outside Beverly
Okay.
Hills. It's called Century City.
Right. And the studio is what that we were in?
It's the Republic Records recording studio. It's only for artists who are on Republic Records, which you're smiling at me
This
because,
tiny label called Republic.
well, yeah, if you're a jazz fan, you don't know Republic Records.
Who's
but
on this label?
if you're a pop fan, you know that Taylor Swift is on Republic.
T Swift? T Swizzle?
T Swizzle is on Republic.
Yeah,
Ariana Grande.
Ariana Grande.
Thank you, next.
How about this? The Weeknd?
The Weeknd is on Republic Records. Okay, that's enough, right?
Okay, so we were in the studio.
They let me in because I don't know why.
Well, the guy who runs it is a very good friend of yours.
As is the girl who runs the record label, Wendy. Thank you, Wendy.
And we went into the studio, and the studio that we were in, the Weeknd, and I don't remember which song it was, but
I know.
Rob told us, the studio head told us, in this room is, I think, the most listened to song of all time.
The Weeknd did the lyrics right there.
Yeah, it's like billions and billions and billions of listens. The Weeknd did the lyrics in this one, a very famous song. That was pretty cool to figure that out. But the studio was beautiful. Had a couch off to the side for the husband, big grand piano, and you were able to bring in your quartet because you were doing a string section. I'm going to show a little picture.
String section, like my friend Star Parodi of many years, she played keyboards for Arsenio Hall on the Arsenio Hall show for years and years. We've been friends for so long, and I've watched her daughter grow up. And so I hired her daughter, Isolde, to put together a string section. Of course, it's like killer girls, I think they're probably all in their 20s.
There's a picture of them right there.
Yeah, I love that.
Super accomplished young women.
Yes.
I mean, and the cello player, she was just spot on,
killing,
man. I mean, they were just
and Isolde, she literally did
Real pros.
She did the whole session, if you remember this,
What's that?
in a it was like a bodysuit that was black net. You could see everything except her undies and her bra.
You know, I'm a guy. I don't notice
You didn't
anything
notice
like that.
that? Yeah, of
No,
course you didn't.
no.
It was
No.
sparkly.
You know why I didn't notice it? And honestly, I didn't, because she's the same age as our daughters, which has ruined everything in our 20s and 30s for me.
I'm not saying, she was a sex
as a
symbol.
guy, I'm like 40s and on up.
Okay, I gotcha.
Yeah.
I just thought she was just super cool. She's her own being. And I loved having these girls in, do their thing and make music with them. I love, kind of giving a little nod to the new generation. And it felt good to have, a room full of girls making music together. That doesn't happen every day, by the way.
There was some moments that it was so cool, because when the strings are happening, there's something incredibly powerful with strings for the emotion of your song, right?
Yeah.
Your saxophone is what it is, right? It's big, it's loud. Even if it's soft, it still kind of commands a presence, right?
Yeah, yeah.
But there was a sweetness to the violins. There was a depth to the cello. I mean, it was so striking being in the room and listening to it while I was listening to you playing in the recording and you're telling them what to do.
And
it was amazing.
The idea of coming up with a song that it's just you and me talking, like, let's start at the beginning, make it from the heart.
Yeah.
We'll write our perfect ending. All we need is a spark. And then just telling the story and building it and building it. And the strings come in. Like the fact that it can just be me and a piano starting off, talking to you, and then build it, and the strings come in. That was my vision of how to create this bigger than life.
You can create the emotion
song.
You can
Absolutely.
create the emotion, right? But it all has to work. The words, everything else, right?
Yeah, yeah.
And the song's not done yet. It's still kind of being baked. It's still in the oven, right? Just like the wine.
Yep.
And so we're almost getting there. So it's a beautiful place we're in. Now, we're not going to release it. We're going to offer it in September, and we're going to ship it in October or November when things cool down. Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's special. That's just special because everything's coming together. We couldn't be more excited right now.
Yeah.
We have this little suitcase too, remember?
Oh yeah, Whiteboard is going to come in your little suitcase. It's not a suitcase; it's a road case.
It's a road case. So instead of having a wood box, which you may or not do, it's very cool.
Your wine people do the wood boxes. They're cool,
man. But how about this?
But this is rock and roll.
You want 2 bottles in my suitcase? Dun, dun, dun,
Wait, there's no wine in there.
Well, there's no wine in here. We're getting there. But isn't that cool?
I like it.
Yeah, I love this thing.
It says Whiteboard on it.
It says Whiteboard on it, collectible,
okay,
right?
So I got a question for you.
Got to raise your hand.
Right here.
Mindi.
Okay, thank you. The branding of Whiteboard. Like, I know how we came up with it. I know it's based on our, company starting and us sitting there at the whiteboard coming up with our lives that we're now living, which is amazing.
Right.
But how do you come up with the label? I mean, I think it's beautiful.
I think to me, it was an easy design. I wanted something. The bottle is beautiful. It's a big bottle. It's substantial.
It's sizable.
Sizable. You're
heavy.
welcome. But with a wine brand like this, to me, the whiteboard, you want to use white, right? Because whenever people think of whiteboard, you think of a stark white, right?
Sure.
But I wanted it to be minimalist. I wanted it to be upscale and elegant. I love superhero movies and all that stuff. But I really love 007, Daniel Craig. I think it's just the coolest character in the world because he walks in with a tuxedo. That to me is this. That's what I had envisioned when I was designing this. He walks in with a tuxedo, but he's still badass. He still can do cool things. He's still someone that every woman wants to date and every guy wants to hang out with kind of feel, So,
I like that, yeah.
And I really envisioned 007. This is basically the 007 brand, if you will.
This is the sexiness of 007.
007, but then you got to go high end on everything. As we learned from Thomas Keller or the great jazz musicians that you listen to, nothing happens overnight. 99% of this stuff is going on in the background, hours and tens of thousands of hours. So we got the best paper stock in the world. I did the best treatments with the little red foil on there with the #1 to highlight that. And we have the capsule right here. We took it off. And we actually had the capsule matched to the color. We want to get geeky. Not all whites are the same. There's like 10 different whites, shades of white. And,
Are you sure you're straight?
Yeah. Yeah. You tell me, am I straight?
Yeah, you're straight.
Oh yeah. Your dad might be listening right now, so we don't want to.
Yeah. Sorry, Dad.
So if you have a capsule that's completely different white than this, it will throw the whole thing off. So we had to create the label first, send it to France. France created the capsules for us all custom and brought them back in. So to me, not to bore everybody with the details, if you're going to create the best, you got to go after it on every level. The cost of things didn't matter to me. It was, how can I create everything perfectly as possible? And you and I will not achieve it. I don't know if we'll ever achieve it. I'm sure I'll move something around, change something on the next vintage. But this one vintage, I could not be more proud of and super happy about. And the wine is spectacular. The song, I know, is amazing. We're going to create a little booklet that will go with every wine that people buy, that have a little bit of the story, and of course the way to get access to the song where no one else could listen to the song, just our people who are on our allocation list.
Yeah, it's not for the general public, just for
Yeah.
our whiteboard allocation list.
We purposely created this in a way where it was so small that only a select few people will be able to get access to it. And we'll pour it out there in the world and we'll grow it. And I would love to add another wine to it, like Sonoma and all that stuff. But at some point,
in time,
we'll get there. We'll get there. Okay. So we've been talking for a long time. Let's kind of wrap this little thing up, because you know what? We got to get somewhere tomorrow. Where are we going tomorrow?
Ooh, I've got a little Midwest run.
Oh, yeah?
As you do, because you have to pour some wine.
You got some wine tastings going on, right?
Let's see. I am going to Minneapolis, Minnesota. One of my
tomorrow
cool places, to play is the Dakota in Minneapolis.
Downtown.
Downtown, right next to Target.
Yeah, Target headquarters, right there.
Say it correctly, Target. Target headquarters. Yeah. And so we'll play there. We're going to do our wine tasting there. So you're going to work a little bit.
Yeah.
And then
got to do it.
City Winery, Chicago.
Yeah. Great place, by the way.
I love it.
Great place. And they're doing a wine tasting. And, it's funny because they make their own wine, but they're such sweet people. They're like, no, we want you guys to do your own wine tasting.
I think that's amazing that they let us do this again and again. So.
And you're going to Summerfest, man, which is like the coolest, biggest festival on the planet.
So July 4th, Summerfest. I'm putting the outfit together right now. Red, white, and blue, baby.
What you're wearing right now is banging, baby.
I
sounded like Austin Powers. Yeah, baby.
Yeah, baby. When did you get kind of...
Twins, Basil, twins.
When did you get kind of creepy and...
What were the twins' names? You can't say it. Oh,
I can't say it, but I know what they are.
Twins, Basil.
Twins, Basil.
Like Austin, we need to go. Twins, Basil. That movie keeps giving. All of them keep giving. I
could watch those movies again and again and again. Yeah. Thank you, Austin Powers, for great movies.
So you're going to be at Summerfest where there's like 20 stages going on at once. I'm embellishing. Couple stages going on at once.
Oh, there's a lot of stages going on
you're
at
on
once.
One of them, and it's going to be awesome.
It's going to be amazing. July 4th, and right after my show, fireworks. So I'm ready. I'm ready to go. I even
for us.
I took out my song "Freedom" from so long ago.
Oh wow!
So
Wild Heart.
Mindi and the Bone Shakers. We did that song East West Sessions.
One of the great. We'll do a podcast on just that night alone, or those 3 days alone. We have to, actually. That's a great idea.
No, I want to do them on different points in our lives.
Oh, that was to me, it was like the coolest 3 days we ever had. I mean, it was just, in terms of music, it was so much fun. Randy, the guys, Justin Timberlake. The Foo Fighters, they were all there, man.
They were all there. It was crazy.
And it was just us in one room, like one building.
I know.
I was playing with Justin Timberlake and
his kid.
And his kid. I was playing with his kid in the lobby.
Yeah, I had to fish Third out because I needed him to record something. And I'm like looking around for Third. I'm like, I need drums. I need drums. Where is he?
He's in the parking lot.
Out in the parking lot in
David Grohl's
car. Like,
singing.
Listening to the new Foo Fighters record,
Dave Grohl would go out into his car to listen to the song so he could get the total immersive sound of it from outside the studio.
That's a usual thing. All of us have done that for years. That's kind of the analog thing. If you take it to your car, you listen to it, you know what your car sounds like. You know if it's bassy, if it's not bassy, then you should take it to some crappy speakers somewhere and listen to it.
It's amazing, man.
Yeah.
So we went out in the parking lot every so often, every day, and the car was shaking. Someone asked me, "Who is that?" I'm like, "Oh, that's just Dave Grohl listening to a cut of his song."
And you were so nice to Miguel. he walked in with his Wild Heart, like, jacket, and you're like, my wife has a Wild Heart CD. She has an album named Wild Heart, and he's looking at you like,
No, he was very cool. Man. I think didn't his license plate say Wild Heart too?
I don't remember his license plate. I just remember the jacket.
Yeah, it was funny. All right, so we're heading out. So we gotta get ready tonight. We gotta go pack and everything.
Yeah.
So
and we got a couple days in Cabo.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna get tan.
Downtowns. I don't think you're gonna get tan. You get pink, and then you go back to white.
I know, but I'm gonna try, and I'm gonna drink a little tequila, and it's gonna be good.
Oh, it's gonna be good. It's one of our few times that we get to hang. So.
Yeah. Everybody says we need to take time off, so we're taking time off.
I know we have some questions for each other at the end here, but I think we've kind of chatted enough.
Yeah.
I'm starting to get a little munchy right now. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, so can I ask you kind of a final question?
No.
Come on. Okay. So.
I'm not going to answer it. You got to raise your hand. Mindi?
Thank you.
There you go.
Okay, so we're creating what our cult wine would be in Whiteboard. Mm-hmm. We're creating a song and a bottle of wine. Number one, the beginning. We're starting this. We're going to do it every year.
By the way, I know all this. I've been there.
So obviously you've been influenced by different wineries, different cult wines. In Napa, there are quite a few cult wines. Around the world, there are some cult wines.
I'm going to land this plane.
What are your favorite cult wines, or do you have some top ones?
Yes. I think my favorite person is Robert Mondavi to follow in the business. The entrepreneurial, the marketing first. I love everything about that because wine, there's a million of them out there, thousands of them, and you got to be able to talk about it, be proud about it, and he had a product that was perfect. So he believed in something that he was very good at. The best wine that I ever had was a 1974 Montebellum from the Ridge Winery. That is cult, if you will. And Montebello is a very famous vineyard for a very long time, Santa Cruz Mountains.
You had 1974 Montebello?
Yeah, Paul Draper had it at one of the wine tastings, who is the founder of it and the father of Zinfandel, with Joel Pedersen from Ridge and my buddy, who's been long gone now, Rosenblum. Kent Rosenblum.
Yeah.
So, the three big R's. Anyway, so that one to me is probably my favorite that I've ever been able to have.
That's fitting because we took our people there for our Wine and Jazz Sonoma adventure.
The best cult wine I ever had was, I don't know if you call it Cult Vineyard 29, but you can buy it, and so that was probably some of the best wine I ever had in my life. What about you? What's the best song or artists?
See, that's tough. I think that's tougher than a cult wine. Maybe it's not. Is it the same thing?
Well, no, because, I didn't say, I guess, Robert Mondavi didn't make the best wine I ever had in my life, but he was the most influential to me in my career. So how about that? Who's been the most influential in your career? How about that?
I mean, definitely watching my dad play.
Weird Al Yankovic?
Not Weird Al.
Great,
no, yeah. You like Weird Al.
He's pretty fun.
He's fine. He's a nice guy.
And he's an incredible accordionist.
He is. Yes.
He plays accordion at a master
But level. I got Peter White. I don't need Weird Al.
You got Pierre LeBlanc.
Peter White is like...
You got Pierre LeBlanc.
Pierre LeBlanc.
All right.
No, I used to watch my dad play, and he was such a rocker. He was so great. So much energy. When I started playing, though, you don't want to be your dad. You want to look to other people. David Sanborn was about as close to perfection as I could get.
Now and that's a person I never met. We never came across him. You have, and I just wasn't with you.
Yeah, you weren't around for those.
Absolutely love that guy.
Yeah. He was one of the funniest human beings on the planet. He was super kind and beautiful to me.
Yeah.
And just an amazing kind of example of a guy who went, are you out of wine? Hold on.
No, I'm not asking for it. No, it's over at some point.
This is love.
Well, I'm not going to say no.
People do in love.
Awesome, yeah.
But he was an amazing example for me of someone who came up through pop and rock and blues. Paul Butterfield Blues Band, played with Bowie.
Push your mic this way to make sure it's not muted.
Ooh, hey.
There you go.
I got my cool little mic. I got to do it right.
Yeah.
But he played with all these cool blues and rock and pop bands, and then created his own career kind of based off that with Marcus Miller and all these just cool people.
Yeah, Marcus is an
Love
awesome
his
guy.
sound, love his approach, love his melodies. Just, it was all pretty perfect.
Yeah.
So I would say he would be one of my just top.
There it is, man. Well,
Yeah.
and that's what Whiteboard is going to be someday. We
Yeah.
hope. And if it isn't, then we got a lot of really awesome wine to drink.
I'm fine with that, but I think people are going to love it.
By the way, it's a brilliant businesses to get into. We don't like to call them businesses; they're careers or passions. But listen, if it's just the two of us, and someday that it will be just the two of us, just sitting in a room together, music and the wine still carries us through. I still want to listen to it. I still want to drink it. It's an incredible thing.
I love that we can just follow our passions and do it together.
So,
makes it so much better.
What do you want to do for our next kind of broadcast? Let's go back to the kitchen. You and I are such huge foodies.
Yeah.
By the way,
okay.
Michelin just came out. Our sandwich shop in town, Troubadour, got a 1-star. That's how awesome it is where we live. And the restaurant that we went to with our adventurers in downtown Sonoma was a 2-star called Enclose, E-N-C-L-O-S, E-N-C-L-O-S. 2-star, and I remember saying to you and the Chris Slats and all the Greenwalds, this is a 3-star. It's going to be a 3-star.
You told everybody this is going to be a 3-star. I know this. Too. I feel it.
I'm like, you told the restaurant. I'm like, you guys are going to get 3-star.
They were very like, oh.
And for our adventure, we bought out the whole place.
Twice.
Bought out the whole place. Spent $45,000 in 2 nights.
Yes.
Our adventures are crazy.
Yeah.
And they hit 3-star last week, and it's a beautiful thing.
It's nice to be right, isn't it?
Yeah.
I love to win.
Hey, what does 3-star mean? It just means that it's the highest level of art in terms of food and service, and that's what Whiteboard is about. That's why we love that place. That's why we love what we do.
Yep.
So let's do a cooking show. I don't know what it'll be right now, which wines, but we'll do a cooking show. And when do you want to do it? What's probably in a couple weeks because we start hitting the road again, right?
The 21st.
July
21st of July.
Okay, so we're on
weeks.
So we got like 3 weeks.
Yeah, it'll be a Tuesday night.
All right.
Tuesday night.
All right. I think we've talked enough. We got to go pack. We got to go grab a burrito. We got to get going.
Yeah, exactly. I got to drink the rest of this amazing wine. We haven't drank a lot of it because we were busy making it and writing songs and creating.
My glass is 3 times the size of yours, and I just drank a whole goblet of it. So I just caught up.
I gave you more because I like to get you drunk.
I caught up. Yeah, I'm an easy guy. Yeah, it's easy. So we have that. And
you look nice in your hat, by the way.
Thank you.
You wear it well. You're a very good model.
I am. Got all my dusty boots and everything with my Oakville dust on there. I know it's
I got my Oakville dust. No, I'm just kidding.
No, those are putties. Let's go and let all the nice people go. And let's if people want to join the Whiteboard allocation list, I think we're up to like 400 people and we have 400 bottles, maybe that. So not everybody on the allocation list will take it, right?
Yeah.
When we put the offer out in September, and there's no obligation to get on the list, but how do you get on the list?
Go to whiteboardwine.com.
That's pretty damn simple now, isn't it?
It is.
All right.
It is.
I think we do one more cheers and we head on out.
All right. This has been fun.
Oh, it's always fun with you. I love you.
I love you too.